Dear young people,
Don't vote.
Don't vote.
Everything's fine the way it is.
Well, that sets the mood of the video nicely. That is a huge red flag. Hello guys, I am Panda, welcome to my little corner of the internet, and this is why I'm not called the Gaming Panda Cat anymore, so that I can talk about things like these. This is a video response to the Dear Young People Please Don't Vote ad, which honestly, it makes me want to vote Republican, and not that I really care about either side, I think both sides are stupid. This little ad is probably going to turn a lot of people to the red side.
Trump. That was us.
I love how evil she sounds when she says, Trump, that was us. I looked at some graphs online and all the groups seem to be very split down the middle. Younger people did vote mostly for Clinton and older people did vote mostly for Trump, but the differences seem to be like a 5% between who voted for who. It's not that big, honestly. But one of the groups that really stood out to me was that most white people voted for Trump, and white people seem to be one of the biggest categories of the voters. So obviously, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of white people. White people did Trump, alright? Males and females.
He's our guy.
Tax cuts for the rich? Hell yeah, I'm rich as fuck.
Now, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and say that taking the money from the rich and giving it to the poor should be kept only to Robin Hood stories, because that's not gonna solve our economic problems. I believe that we should make living actually affordable before we go after the rich people. Now don't get me wrong, some people, they see fines as the cost of doing something. So if you're not allowed to park somewhere and you're gonna get a fine, they're just like, well, that's just how much it costs to park there. It's not that I can't do it, it's that I just have to pay for it. That kind of mentality is really toxic, and I would like to say that I support there being higher monetary penalties for higher income people so that it's actually meaningful towards them. $100 to me is quite a bit of money. $100 to someone that's rich is like, I can take half a breath and I already made 100 times that.
climate change? That's a you problem. I'll be dead soon.
There is a lot of debate about climate change and whether or not we're really affecting the environment around us. Clearly, we are destroying ecosystems and we're killing off species, and that should be taken to the natural course of things. I don't think we should interfere with nature too much. But as much as I want to defend the climate change issue, some of the points that have been brought up against it and all the ideas that came from the very beginning and how it was used as the new narrative, and there's some sketchy things about climate change, right? And nobody can really give definite numbers, which is what a lot of these people are actually asking for. It's like the theologists were like, where's God? And they're like, you just gotta believe. And it's the same argument. As for a problem that we can both agree on, it would be Social Security. Apparently, a lot of older people that are retired don't get enough money from their pension, and they still need to be working part-time jobs or in a grocery store somewhere. And honestly, if you're retired, you cannot be working full-time, and these people can't retire officially because they just don't get enough money and they can't pay for their house. So that's an issue that we really need to talk about.
Sure, school shootings are sad.
But I haven't been in a school for 50 years.
Sure, there may be human experimentation in insane asylums, but I haven't been in one. Maybe I'll put you in one of those. That seems to be the right way to go.
I can't keep track of which lives matter.
All lives matter. The Black Lives Matter movement is a joke. I understand where you people are coming from, but violence begets violence. You cannot kill some cops in Chicago and expect that to affect New York shootings. We cannot respond to violence with violence. That is what these people are looking for. They're looking for an excuse to gun every single one of you down.
Sure you don't like it.
So, you'll like some meme on Instagram.
If the weather is nice, maybe you could go to one of those little marches.
You might even share this video on Facebook.
Yes, please share the video on Facebook. Also, we do have the right to protest, although some protests are pretty dumb. People should be allowed to express their opinions, so yeah, that's power to them. And at least they're getting some air, you know. They're actually going outside instead of sitting behind their tush looking at CNN.
But you won't vote.
You young people never do.
But I do.
I do.
I do.
Midterms, primaries.
Every single election.
We'll be there, but you won't.
So who exactly is you young people, all the 16 and under people that are not actually allowed to vote? One of my teachers, who is maybe in his 50s or 60s by now, he told me that he stopped voting after Bush. That was an older person, okay? He's the one that's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't vote because it's all just bogus. So what does that say about you?
Because we're a generation of doers.
Not whiners.
And we're doing great.
Alright, these guys are probably all liberals, so I probably should stop trying to directly answer to them. That is exactly what they want me to do! Considering that most young people have to work like 3 jobs in order to keep living their lives, or are just trying to just live, alright? They're just trying to live, just like you guys. We are so bombarded by basically everything in sight. You want us to spend money, but at the same time you want us to save. Make up your minds. Tell us when the voting is, we will go vote. At least I know I will, when I become a citizen. I don't know, I'm legal. Alright, you can call the cops on me, I'll show them my card. Alright, they can run it through the system. And of course we end with the president getting punched in the face. What did I say about violence? That's the end of the video, and all I have to say is that, first of all, President Trump is our president. Alright, as much as we don't like it, as much as he's making us look bad, and he obviously has no idea what he's talking about half the time, the backlash has been so great that any form of criticism equals hate speech. We can't actually sit down and have a conversation about the things that Trump should or shouldn't do, because everything is false news. He's living in an echo chamber, and everybody on the outside keeps screaming and telling him that he should probably be not alive, should be impeached, etc. I really want to find good things to say about the president, alright? He is the bus driver. You don't want the bus driver to crash the bus. You don't want the pilot to go nose diving into a mountain, alright? If he fails, America fails. Unfortunately, there is nothing good to say about the president. He is such a hypocrite. Oh my God. Can he not look into a mirror and see himself as just Obama hater 69XX underscore 123? Come on, you just why? Look, Obama may not have been the best president after all the things that have been said and done. I can agree with that, but he's still the president, and we should really give him our support. We put him up there. I know that half of the country doesn't want him to be up there, but when Obama was up and as the president, half of the country didn't want him up there either. That's the problem with this two-party system, and while it does bring good foundations for a debate and different points of view, our tribal instincts just stop us from being the perfect country. We need to overcome our humanity if we're actually going to do good for the planet and humanity. Well, I think that's all about I'm going to say. This video actually managed to trigger me and I made a response to it. I'm going to do this more often. I think I'm the perfect person for this kind of stuff because I am really in the middle. Well, alright. I'll leave you with my kitty sneezing in the background as I'm recording this. I'm pretty sure you can hear them. Very unprofessional, I know, but they're sick, and I can't pay for animal health care, unfortunately. And now I've got 2, so, well, all I can do is give them lovin's. Well, I'll see you all later.